Hey YouTube comic community, it's Jimmy the Geek Aficionado, and I want to welcome you back to another episode of The Dealer Room. What's special about this particular segment is that I am buying and selling comic books and trading with dealers at shows that I go to and other places. And this time is no different because I came back with a fat stack of books from rural Milwaukee, doing a show in a bowling alley. Kind of like going to a Holiday Inn and using their events area. This particular bowling alley has an events area. And set up in a great spot and was able to make some serious magic happen. And I'm going to walk you through all of the great things that I got. Now, first deal of the day, gentleman comes in. He really wants a copy of Hawkeye #1. Hawkeye series is super hot right now. And what does he have to trade? An unbelievable book, because I don't understand why he did it. It's Young Avengers #1. It's the director's cut. Thank you. Just absolutely thank you. I don't think I've got anything else to say. It's not a 9/8. You know, it needs a clean and a press. But it's still in the 9s, I think, and well worth the difference in the price, right? So I'm happy, he's happy, that's fantastic. We're gonna cue the banger alert. Because this book has been one that I have been hot after for quite some time. And if you're a fan of Zatanna, you'll know this one. It's DC Superstars of Magic #11. DC Superstars #11, but DC Superstars of Magic. It's a giant size featuring Zatanna solo story. It's a great cover, it's a great book, and it's one of her early appearances where she's actually, by herself in this, as I said, a solo story. Super glad to have gotten that. I think we got it for about $75. Did a little bit of a trade with one of the dealers and paid a little bit in cash, so everything was good on that end. Moving through the room, came across another dealer, had some Star Wars books. In particular, I found this. This is Star Wars Episode 1, #1. This is actually the first appearance of Darth Maul in comics. Now this is the movie variants, or photo variant, however you portray it. The A cover has the movie poster to it, which is a good shot of Princess Amidala on the front. But nonetheless, this still goes for a little bit of money. I think it's going to grade out nice. So we're going to try and use that to score some more stuff. This is also a book that's pretty hot lately, specifically because there's a movie that was announced, and that's Star Wars X-Wing Rogue Squadron. This is the first appearance of Wedge Antilles and the Rogue Squadron group in comics and in their own story. So that was a good book. And this one, I'm pretty certain is a 98 candidate. This is Star Wars Jedi Yoda. Now they've had the Mace Windu and a couple other Jedis, but this one's all about Yoda, and that's a big book by any stretch, right? So we've got Yoda out there, and like I said, I think that's going to be a solid 9/8. So I'm happy about that. And those weren't unrealistic in terms of price either. I did pay cash for those because he didn't have anything that he really wanted to do with a trade deal on, which totally fine. Now, this next set. So I reached out to one of the sellers ahead of time because I saw that he had these at one of the other shows that we did together, and I wanted to make sure that he brought some so that I could get one of them, and that's Deja Thoris #1. It's the cover by Adam Hughes, but it is actually the risque cover. So this one's got a little bit of little less on Deja Thoris on the cover, and I was able to get not one but two of them. So that's a good pickup. These are actually really pretty rare. I do believe they're 1 in 25s, and how he got a bunch of extra ones, I don't know. But he somehow managed to do that, and I am the richer for it. Now, at same seller, I actually picked up a rather large stack of books from in some trade. So we did work a little bit of trade. He picked up a She-Hulk #1 from me that they graded out as a 9.6, and a few other things. So I could be honest with you, I can't remember exactly what it was that he grabbed, but I went through what he had to offer, what he brought in at the show, and I did find quite a few things, as a matter of fact. And some of these were just great deals on it. But they were more important to me than that She-Hulk #1 was. First off, we've got, this is a prestige format. It's an Elseworlds. It's Batman and Batgirl Thrill Killer 62. There's a 3-issue mini that's out for this as well that I'm missing 1 issue for, that's just driving me crazy. But that's a fun addition for me. I pick these up anytime I can find them. These are the Millennium editions, and these are put up by DC Comics. And they are reprints of, I want to say it was like the first reprintings of some of these books. You'll see what I mean when I show them. This is Superman #1. This is the Millennium edition. So I get to use this as a space holder until I get my Superman #1, which is probably going to be quite some time and a lot more money away. Another one here, this is Sensation Comics #1, featuring the, I want to say this is, as I'm told, this is the second appearance of Wonder Woman, or it's very much an early appearance of Wonder Woman, her first time on the cover in her first solo story. And here we have Superboy #1. So this reprints the first issue of Superboy. Now we're getting into some cool stuff. This is, it's a magazine. And I've seen it vaguely throughout the years. It's called Comic Reader. This is issue number 214. And I got it, it was cheap, I got it just because it was a great Jerry Ordway Huntress cover. It's fantastic. I mean, the color is great, the pencils are fantastic. So it was cheap and I just got it specifically for that reason. If you watch my channel at all, you know that I'm a big fan of particular artists. One of those is Jim Silk. And what he put out was this Betty Page comics. It's a Spicy Adventures version of Betty Page, where she's fighting off these guys. I don't know what's going on there, but not an easy one for me to find, actually. But great Jim Silk cover, and it's an interior story, art, and story by Jim Silk as well. Speaking of hot art, Vampirella Zero from J. Scott Campbell. I don't know which Vampirella volume this might have been from Dynamite Comics, but a book that I've been trying to get my hands on. I have the variant for issue #1, which is the full version of this particular cover. They did with J. Scott Campbell, they did this, and they did, I want to say it was Sheena, where they did a variant cover, and then the issue 0 was a close-up of that particular variant cover. But was on the lookout for this one. Nice blood red cover of Vampirella there. Let's see what else we got. Spawn #9, first appearance of Angela. Always picking these up when I can find them in the right grade, particularly if they're something that's upgradable, through a press or something like that. I can get some flaws out, but that's a great book. Here's another great book, especially if you're a Turtle fan, but I got it because I'm a Usagi Yojimbo fan. This is Turtle Soup #1, first print. Again, not a book that's really easy to find. Low print run on that, but a great copy. Now we're going to get into some keys. But yeah, a lot of this stuff, just kind of minor, sure, interesting in a lot of cases, just things that I, like to kind of fill out. Other stuff that I'm going to flip. This might be something else I might flip as well. This is Incredible Hulk number 418. What's key about this book, beyond the marriage of Rick Jones, is that this is the first appearance of the Skrull Telos. Now, Telos showed up in the Captain Marvel movie as well. He showed up in the Spider-Man Far From Home film as well. So look for him to show up a little bit more actually in the upcoming films, particularly the Secret Invasion, I imagine, and the second Captain Marvel movie, possibly. Another great book. Batman Shadow of the Bat number 83. This is the first appearance of Cassandra Cain as Batgirl. Now, if you're checking out the Batgirls series that just came out featuring Stephanie Brown and Cassandra Cain, you'll know that this is an important book. So looking forward to having that one graded out. I have been after this book for so long. Hard to find. Everybody wants crazy money for it. But it's Justice Society of America, issue number 1, featuring the first appearance of Jessie Quick. So she's one of the Flash family. And she also did show up for a bit in the Flash TV series. But just a great character to have, a great first appearance character to have from me. And I was happy to get it. Now that's it from that particular seller, so that was a nice big deal that we worked with him. And I went to go work another big deal, as a matter of fact. A good friend of mine, JP's Budget Collecting, if you haven't checked him out, be sure to check out his channel on YouTube. He is after 25 books, right, that are his grails, right? These are his books that he's really on the hunt for, and he's trying to just take some down, each year that he can. Puts a little bit of focus on some. He had done a video where he was talking about a specific book that he really wanted to get. And as a matter of fact, the booth on the back side of mine, because they kind of butted up and we faced the opposite directions, but the booth on the back side of mine had a copy of this book, and it's NYX number 3, first appearance of Laura, who's the clone of Wolverine, Laura Kinney. While I did get that book for JP, I was able to find some other stuff for myself, including this one here, Green Lantern number 20, featuring the first cameo appearance of Jessica Cruz, who actually gets infected by the Green Lantern ring from the crime syndicate, and is able to overcome that and becomes a member of the Green Lantern Corps later on. So that's a good buy. This one's also popped up pretty significantly recently. This is Kanan the Last Padawan, issue number 1, featuring the first appearance in comics of the Star Wars Rebels characters, particularly first appearance of Sabine Wren, who has been cast in the Ahsoka Tano TV series on Disney+. So that book has been climbing the charts. Last 2 books. Well, the last one of this deal, and then I'm going to go back and talk about another deal that I got, but these are both Batman books. This one is another kind of ghost. It's Batman 608. Sadly not the RRP, but it is the second print featuring that fantastic Jim Lee cover. It needs some work. It's not a 9/8 by any stretch, but I do want to get this slabbed and eventually move up to a 9/8 if I can, and pair it with the Superman 204, which is the opposite that you see Superman looking out in a very similar pose. Both great Jim Lee covers, fantastic work by him because he is an incredible artist. All right, last book, and this is a biggie. At that previous booth where I got the Deja Thoris and all that other big run of books, that's Cowabunga Comics. up in MILWAUKEE, Wisconsin. So it's about 25 minutes from the site of the show that we did. Anyway, he had a great book that I was able to get, and I was really impressed by the fact that I was able to get it. This is Batman number 35. Now, it's a funny looking cover, and you wouldn't think that it has much to do with anything. But as a matter of fact, it's the first appearance of Catwoman in the iconic purple outfit that she has through the Golden Age and into the Silver Age. Particularly the one that you see on the cover of Lois Lane 70, which is where her first Silver Age appearance happens. So she's got this iconic outfit, and it lasts for quite some time before she changes into a couple other terrible ones, and then finally settles on the one that we saw from Jim Balent for quite some time, and then the most recent one that was designed by Darwin Cook. But this one's fantastic. Batman number 35. It's rough. Absolutely, it's rough. I didn't pay, a significant amount of money for it, but it was a couple $100. A little bit of work on it. Maybe we can conserve it into a decent grade. It definitely needs a cleaning and press, but a fantastic book nonetheless. And that's all we've got for this episode of the Dealer's Room. I know it was a lot, right? This was a huge old haul, but some great stuff that I've got as well. And stay tuned for some video that will show on the actual footage from the floor that I walked around on. If you enjoyed the video, please click the thumbs up on it, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. We've got content coming out 3 days a week, and we'll see you soon.